Hello, thanks for stopping back. This is part 2 of my bus, and I'm going to put the sides together at the top and show you how to do the panels. For this is part 2. I'm pretty sure I said that already. But anyway, hi. Okay, so I'm going to show you first with hot glue how to do the ends and the sides. So I'm going to take little glue here. You want to just go on the very outside. I like to start on the first angled piece and then line up the edges. Okay, like that. And you can bend the pieces back if you need to, like that, to see. Get them all squared away. Don't be afraid to snip off a little edge if you have to get it out of the way. Some of them do that. I like to dry fit first, so once you go with the hot glue, it isn't too scary. My glue dries really fast, so you gotta, there we go. This little angle. Get that glue off of there. There we go. And then I'm not going to glue the top piece right now because those just go into the corner like that. So we want these two angles glued and this bottom one, and then we go to the next section. Alright, so again, here we go. Try and hold these together like that. We'll get this one out of the way, this one out of the way, and this is going to go boom right there. You want to make sure this point and that point meet up, and then the rest should line up. Alright, so I recommend using wet glue for this, but for time's sake I'm going with the hot glue. This dude, go in there like that. Mush it together. And with anything that I'm constructing, I always try and make sure that it is comfortable in my hand first, and I'm not contorting funny, so that when you go in, you know that you're going to be able to get it lined up. Alright. Okay. Oh, my glue dried fast. I'll have to go in again. Oh, sorry. Alright. There we go. Again, this piece you want to just tuck in, because that is just going to go there. Now the other end, all right, Now some of these I look like I mitered out a little too much. Right, see right here? You just want to cut straight in on those lines, not miter too much out. Otherwise you'll get a little hole, but those are good excuses for an embellishment. Or just put a piece of paper behind it so you don't see inside. Okay, let's be a little bit. Hang on now. There we go. Just a little bit up. Try not to get too many shadows in here so you can see what I'm doing. You really want to line up the bottom edges. Oh my goodness, my glue is just drying way too fast. Okay. There we go. There's that. Last side. There we go. I am for sure gonna have to go back in with some regular glue on this one. All right. There we go. Oh, I did it again. All right. I hope you can't hear my son singing. All right, so there's the basics of our little VW bus. You see the top, and I have the top piece cut. This is measured. The top piece is 2 7/8 by 5.5. And here you could probably just connect one of the ends. I made my box sealed shut, and I was gonna put maybe a door in the back, like the back end, not seal up these two bottom parts, and then have it flip up from here so that you could go in and out from that side. But for now, I think I'm just gonna keep it. I might even put a door in the bottom. I'm not sure yet. But this, because this is just to seal it up, and then I had another decorative piece on top of this. So I'm just gonna snip off a little of this corner here, like that. So those points don't stick out. All right. There we go. And now I'm just gonna, you know what? I think I'm gonna use my wet glue here. Okay. There we go. Square it up. I'll flip it over. Push those pieces down. Make sure everything's all together. Alright. That's going to need a couple of minutes to dry. Now you can see on the bottom there are little angles in each corner. What I did with mine was I just cut the bottom piece in a rectangle. And this is 7 3/4 by 5 3/8. And I attached it. I just glued it on just like I did the top. And then I just snipped off each of the corners. Because that was, I thought, was the easiest. Or you could use a corner chop, like a the half-size corner chomper, and just chomp off the corners. Okay. So then that's the bottom. Now, I'll show you how I did the windows. So you can tell there is a slight, oh, wrong way. Oh, too far. Okay. So this is the back and this is the front. And you can tell that the front is just slightly a little bit more angled than the back. I gotta get these pieces pushed in to dry. So my wet glue is taking longer than I want. Okay. There we go. Alright. So, for the back window, that's just a simple rectangle that's cut at, let's see, is that 4 1/8 by 1 7/8. And then if you want, what I did was I just barely rounded just a slight little bit of each corner that you see on the bottom, like that, because I didn't want it like pointy. Alright, so that's the back window. And honestly, you can do whatever you want with the back window. You can make it split, you can make it however you want. For the side windows, we have 2 different sizes. And for the back, so what we need to do for the front is this piece is 4.5, I believe. Yep, it's 4.5 by 1 7/8. Should be. Yep. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the points and line it up in the track, and then line the other point up at 1/4 inch, so we have a little 1/4 inch angle going in, and then start in the middle of the paper, cut one way, and then go back. So you have just, oh shoot, again, I'm not in frame. Yeah. Alright. This is what comes off. So you want to go straight over from where you just cut to this side and line that up on the 1/4 inch on the other side. So in the track, on the 1/4 inch, you want to stick it in the middle of your paper and cut both directions. And there you go. That is the front window. You can leave it in one piece. You could do the back exactly the same. And then we're just going to cut this piece in half. 2 1/4. And then we're going to, again, just round the corners off. Just a little, just taking little bits out. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just didn't want them pointy. And that's just me. You can leave them pointy if you want. Alright, and now the side pieces are pretty similar. the front window, there's a 1/2 inch difference. So, see there? This piece of paper is 2 1/4 by 1 7/8, and we are going to take the other side, line it up in the track, and go over to the 1/2. All right, and then we're going to stick that in there, both directions. Boom. So now we have our driver and passenger windows. All right, and if you have a corner rounder that will do just a tiny little chomp, that would be the best. But this is what I got near me, so that's what I'm going to do. Now you have 4 pieces for the small side windows. Oh, I lost one. Anywho, these are 1 3/8. Is that right? Yeah, 1 3/8 by 1 7/8. And then these, you just have to round the corners. They're just straight rectangles. Like so. The paper that I'm using is Maggie Holmes paper. Now for the front and the bottom, well, there it is. What I have done is I've taken 2 strips of this paper and cut it at just under 2 1/4. It's like 2 3/16. And I have 2 of those, and this is how I'm gonna do the signature little curve in the front. I just took now this is, oh, Jesus. Okay, this is what's going to be showing in the front. So what I'm going to do is fold it backwards and take something that has a curved edge. I like this tape. Or just eyeball it. With the other one, I just eyeballed it. And you just need a slight little curve like that. So what I did is I went about 1/4 inch up, started cutting. Follow the curve. Boom. Okay. Open it up. And this is what's going to get glued on the front. And then these are going to go around the sides. And then the other piece will go around the back.